Yoongi decided to open a new music company, as Jungkook said, but they can't open a big company because they have only a small amount in hand. So they rented a small room with the amount they had and started YJ Entertainment. Jin didn't like the idea, but he didn't want to stop his brother because he knew how much his husband and his brother loved music. It's been a month since they opened YJ Entertainment. Their company's first idol is Jungkook, but their first song is yet to come out. Jacob is their choreographer, while Namjoon and Yoongi are the music producers. Jungkook and Jacob were filming the MV, while Namjoon and Yoongi were in the studio to compose music for the next songs. Today is Yoongi and Jin's day off. They haven't quite worked yet. They still continue their work. Today, Jin takes care of Namjoon's restaurant and their sons with the help of their staff. It is now 6 p.m. Cooking need to go forward when doing the step. Your hand should look like this. Wait, I will show you. He was telling Jungkook dance moves when someone interrupted them. Jacob sir, someone has come to meet you. Should I let him in? Me? Let him in. Who is the person who wants to meet me? He looked at Jungkook in confusion, who had the same reaction as Jacob. Soon the man came in surprise Jacob and Jungkook. Without wasting a second, Jacob runs towards the man and hugged him tightly. The man also hugged him tightly and kissed him on the forehead. They pulled back from the hug when Jungkook spoke. How are you, Kahin? When did you come from London? We thought you'd be there forever. I thought so too, but how could I leave there when I knew my brother were about to embark on their journey of life? I also want to travel with you all. Apart from that, I also wanted to marry my love, and seeing you both couple style, I also want to have a child. Don't use protection for a few weeks. But before that, here's Jacob Hang will on it. Can't you stop embarrassing me, you bunny? He pinched Jungkook's ear. Yeah, you horse face, leave my husband's bunny ear. Jacob rolled his eyes before left Jungkook's ear. Here comes your guardian. Don't worry, no one hurts your husband, Hein. Anyway, how was your work? Jungkook paused and rubbing his ears, which got pinched by Jacob, but not that much hard. It was good. How are you, Kai? When did you come? Now, Hein, then I will meet you at your house. Now I have to go. Mom will be waiting for me. Bye, guys. He hugs Yoongi and Jungkook and kisses Jacob before left. Is your shoot over? No, Hein, it will be over in 2 hours. Then I'm going. Yeonjun will be waiting for both of us. I have to go before he starts crying and making a drama. I will come pick you two up after I get Yeonjun from Jinhain. After he left, Jacob and Jungkook resumed filming. Flashback. Jacob was physically ill and mentally broken after rejecting Kai's proposal. That's when he learned from Yoongi that Kai was going to continue his studies in London. Locking yourself in your room won't solve any problems. Why do you keep rejecting him when you see his love for you? I know we are poor and he is rich, but he is willing to lose everything for you. Jacob sobbing while hugging his brother. I don't want him to lose his family because of our love. I see every day how much Jin Hyang misses his family and I don't want to drag him with us. If this is the reason why you hide your love, let me tell you, his parents are not like my parents. They want their son's happiness more than money. If they find out that their money is the reason for their son's failure in love, they will destroy their money to keep you two together. You still have time. Tell him your love before he gets on the plane. Jacob then takes a cab to the airport and confesses his love to Kai. Kai's parents were also present. Kai and his parents were very happy, but as planned, Kai went to London for his studies. Now at present time at Kim Mansion. Shobin, I swear to God, finish your milk or I will throw out all of your toys. Jimin was running behind the 1.5-year-old boy. Suddenly, he heard Jimin's threat. The boy stopped in his tracks and looked back. Jimin sprinked and handed the boy a bottle of milk. The boy pouted, but saw Jimin's glare. He took the bottle from Jimin. In a minute, the boy drank the milk with a hideous face. Don't pretend I gave you poison to drink. It's milk. Now go and complain about me to your dad. I will tell dad about you. Wait, you little Timmy. Saying that, the little boy runs towards the room with his little steps. Like I care. Tell your dad to come for our dinner. Tang was drying his hair after a shower, wearing only sweet span. Suddenly, his son Shubin entered the room and hugged his father's leg. Tang knelt at his son's level and cupped his face. What's up, baby? Why are you sulking? Did your papa say something? He picked his pouty lips. But Shobin said nothing and hugged his father and buried his face in his neck. Tiang smiled and left him sitting on the bed and put on his hoodie. He carried his son and went to the kitchen, where his husband was taking the cooked food and placed it on the dining table. Jimin said after noticing his husband and son coming towards the dining table, is your complaint section over or you haven't started it? If I'm sure you haven't started it, am I right? Shobin lifted his head from his dad's neck and glared at his papa after hearing his papa teasing him. Don't you two have other works besides fighting like Tom and Jerry? Come on, baby, dad, I will feed you. You don't have to feed him. I know you very well that you won't feed him vegetables. He has to eat vegetables. Drama king. If you want to be like your dad, you have to eat. After visiting his parents, Kai came back to meet his friends and brothers. Now they were all at Namjin's house. After dinner, the three brothers went to balcony to talk alone. How are they now? Do you know anything about them? I met them too, but none of them changed a bit. And yet they love money all above else. What about Taeyang? Kai chuckled at him and replies, even after all he is done, you two still worry. No one can change the fact that he is our little brother. I still remember the first time Dad brought him home from the hospital after he was born. He was so small and cute. Now he is grown into man, but he still seems to me the same child he was when I first met him. Tears welled up in his eyes as he said this. Yoongi hugged him tightly. He may hate us, but we can't hate him. I love him more than Yoongi. After my marriage with Namjoon, I hadn't have a chance to talk to him, and he's killing me inside. There is no one to care about him there. No need to worry about him, Hein. He excels as a CEO, a son, a husband, and a father. After your dad and Jimin's dad merged their two companies together, they gave Taeyang special training. Now he is performing well as a great CEO, as they all expected. The news is saying that they both have a son. Is it true? Did they start giving their marriage a chance on their own, or what is forced again by their parents? Yet they still did not accept each other as a husband, but they did not want to separate it for the sake of their son. Their son is there. Remember when Taeyang called off his marriage to Jungkook and mentioned he had a girlfriend? And he said the girl was pregnant with his child. What happened to the child and the girl? Actually, the baby is not his. He is a gold digger. She says someone's baby is his. He also started to develop a deep love for the child even before the child was born. But she tells him the truth when she learns that Tang won't marry her. He only wants his child. Tang broke up with her, but he couldn't forget the baby. So he and Jimin adopted the baby as their own. No one knows, including your parents. Only Taeyang, Jimin, and the baby's mother. We know them well. And Kai, you have an important work to do. What is it, Hein? Tell me what should I do? Today someone comes to Heinz cafe and tells Heinz that she works for XXX model company. Seeing Jin Heng as she pays the bill, she offers Hein an opportunity to work with them as a new model in a new mobile product that XXX will release. Now I have to inquire about the company, how are the people working there, and then whether it is safe to work there. You are going to tell me this, right? Give me 2 days and I will inquire. Jungkook took a shower and came out of the bathroom. He walked towards the living room, wiping his wet hair with the towel. There he noticed his son and his husband's placed together. His son is on his husband's lap. It was then that his eyes fell on his husband's tattoo, which Yoongi had tattooed on his arms only a year ago. Somehow he found it very attractive. After their marriage, they had no intimation or attraction to each other, and for the first time, he was attracted to his husband. He was lost in his husband's tattoo, so he didn't notice his husband calling him. When there was no response from the younger, Yoongi turned and looked at Janghook. Now he was mesmerized by the younger's beauty. He knows that younger is true beauty, but with wet hair he looks eternal. The two flinched and looked away as Yeonjun giggled loudly. Hein, now you go take a shower. I will take care of Yeonjun. Yeah, okay. Yoongi left and Jungkook sat on the couch with his son on his lap. He spoke looking at his son. Yuni, did you see your dad's tattoo? Is attractive, isn't it? I never thought it was so attractive. That tattoo looks perfect on your dad's arms. Honestly, like you, I also didn't notice until now. Jungkook's eyes widened when he heard this deep voice and he turned his head to see his husband standing behind him, the sofa he was sitting on. He didn't know what to answer, so he kept blinking. Is the blinking over? If yes, then can you tell me where you put my towel? I can't find it. Jungkook stayed quiet and not knowing what to say. Jungkook, where is my towel? Yoongi shakes him a little. Jungkook looked away to hide his embarrassment. On the left shelf. Yoongi shakes his head and goes to take a shower. Jungkook hid his head in embarrassment. What would you have thought of me? How shameless I am. How can you say this without shame, Jungkook? Shame on you. First I look at his thought like a hot meal, now this. Ah, wait a minute. But I am his husband, so I have full rights. Then why should I be embarrassed? This time he was saying all this so quietly that he didn't even hear to himself. His son looks at his papa as his papa has lost his senses. Moments later, they both brought out of their thoughts when someone's phone rang. They both flinched and noticed it's Yoongi's phone. Before Jungkook could pick up the phone, Yoongi came out of the shower and picked up the phone. He walks away from his family to attend the call, but Jungkook clearly see the caller ID before Yoongi went away. Jiho? The next evening, Yoongi and Namjoon went to their studio to make some music as usual. Jungkook's filming entered today, so he decided to visit YJ's studio before going home. As he walks into the studio, he noticed Yoongi talking to a girl in a revealing dress while working on laptop. He couldn't see her face because her back was towards him, but he somehow guessed that it was the idol Jiho, who was the one who called Yoongi last night. He waits for them to finish their speeches. He stumps his foot little to the ground with a sigh, but looks up when he hears, "Hey Cookie, what are you doing here?" "I'm waiting for them to finish." He points Yoongi and Jiho. "Do you know anything about her?" Jungkook shakes his head as no. "You can tell she likes Yoongi Hing for over 7 years." Jungkook widened his eyes. She proposed to him many times, but Hein always rejected her politely. Oh, that's why she's talking this much time. But how do they know each other? Aren't you also from a elite family? Don't you know meeting celebrities is so easy for you guys? Jungkook eyes never left Yoongi and Jiho. Namjoon noticed this and chuckled before saying, "Don't worry, Yoongi Hain is only yours. You are his husband and he is tough guy. He is not easy to get like his brother Jin." Namjoon walked over to Yoongi and Jiho and said, "Hain, your husband Jungkook is here to meet you." After saying this, he noticed how irritated Jiho suddenly became. He smiled politely and walked back towards Jungkook. "Because of the stupid boy, you are now in this situation," he said angrily. Yoongi got angry hearing this, but he controlled himself, but said in his deep voice, "Do you have a problem with this? I think you have talked so for long. You should go back or you will get scolded by your manager." She tried to say something, but Yoongi wouldn't let her. "Go now before I lose all my temper." "I'm going, but don't forget the offer I gave you and your brother in law." She left the studio but didn't forget to give Jungkook the stare who looked like a lost kid.